want the
bump as Peter Schniff needs a bump. All right, welcome back to the Five. So there's a new hotline for illegal immigrants facing deportation, and for reasons I don't understand, some people are upset about this. The hotline directs callers to lawyers or social service agencies that can help them figure out what steps to take. I think it's a great idea, and it's no government money, but a few of my fellow co-hosts seem to disagree. Is that a surprise? And let me start with the one that will come as a real surprise to you. Eric.
Well, no, there's another hotline. It's called the police department. You can call them, and they can figure out a way to get them, you know, if they need that one-way ticket.
And the people that employ them.
Yeah,
and the people that employ
them.
them.
Well, listen, I don't have a problem with the employers getting in trouble for hiring illegals also. Is the E-Verify system that the left seems to not want. I can't figure out why. Because it would actually highlight who's illegal and who's legal.
Can you name me the last U.S. employer who got arrested for hiring illegals?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
Where?
Including in the Obama administration, a lot of the meatpacking plants out in the Midwest.
They got perp walked and all that?
Oh, perp walked? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But anyway, what is wrong with
why do you
providing
assume
help?
that everybody's against this?
No, I didn't. I see, because I can't write.
But here's what I don't like about this. Our system is so complicated that if you are here and you maybe your parents dropped you off and you're illegal and you're in this catch-22 situation and you panic all the time, because when you go by a cop, you get nervous. So you call this hotline. It's not funded by the government. And you call them and they say, yeah, you got a problem. They maybe put them in touch with a lawyer. Here's the problem. The left and the lawyers seem to constantly perpetuate the situation, because if your client can argue, then you're winning. And so they take all of these people's money in order to help them stay in the country, when we should actually fix our system so that they could work or resolve their status.
That's the bigger point. I mean, Bob, we're not coming out hard against this hotline. I mean, deported, people who've been deported, their children, 85,000 alone, which is even a bigger problem here in this country. So we're not going to get upset about a hotline, but something needs to be done on a larger scale. And I think you and I and everyone on this table would agree to that.
Well, well, maybe all four of us would.
I would just say, what a country. What a country. The only country in America there's a hotline.
Most of these lawyers do their work pro bono for this group, number one. And I'm not a big fan of a lot of lawyers. But look.
There's a lawyer who's doing most of the work for him. His name is Barack Obama, who's offering amnesty.
Listen,
Dave is rolling your eyes right now, right? Because
Eric,
here it is.
Eric,
the guy's offering up to $300. By the way, when you're nervous when you walk by a cop because you've done something wrong,
no, that's not necessarily true.
Well, you have. You've broken the law, and you're here illegally, and therefore,
no, that's not true.
Yes, go ahead, Greg.
Can I make a point?
A lawbreaker. Yes, help me.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this hotline, obviously, because I'm not paying for it. So I really don't care. But if you don't have a problem with the hotline, then you shouldn't have a problem with the states trying to figure out what to do with their immigration issues, because this all speaks to the same problem, like you said, a federal problem.
Right.
So if you think that this is one way to deal with it on one end, you should applaud the states for trying to figure it out for themselves as well, because they're equally as frustrated.
Right.
And I'm equally as frustrated with Eric. I'm equally as frustrated with Eric using his selective numbers. The fact is, you say this about Barack Obama being their favorite lawyer. He has deported more illegal immigrants than every other president combined.
Because they're flooding the country into the country.
No, because it's the right thing to do.
Eric, both things
don't
can't
sit
be
back
true.
and say these 300, giving them $300,000.
There's 300,000 illegals who may get amnesty, Bob. Yes or no? True or not true?
They may, if the courts say they will. But listen, there are a lot of kids here who were born here. You can argue about whether that should get them citizenship, but under the Constitution so far, they do. And
those aren't the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about the illegals. Those are legal.
But here, okay, can I give you an example?
Go ahead.
About a month ago, I had an opportunity to guest host Fox and Friends, and I interviewed a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist from the Washington Post, who finally had told his employers, okay, I've got a problem. When he was 11, he was sent here by his mom from the Philippines. He gets here, is raised by his grandfather. He goes to get a driver's license, and the lady at the driver's license says, okay, you've got a problem because this Social Security card isn't real. He's 16. What's he supposed to do? So he was in limbo for 8 years, and he finally came forward and said, I've got a problem. You can't, I don't think that it's fair to put them all
one example, one guy in the last 15 years who won a Pulitzer Prize. How about the 14 million who are here
I'm just saying he's an example.
It just so happens to be 14 million
there
Americans
are hundreds
of
thousands of children born to illegal immigrants in this country. Now, what do you want to do? You want to split the families up? You want to send the fathers and mothers home? Is that what you want to do?
And more important, winning a Pulitzer Prize is way overrated.
No, seriously, I want an answer.
It's not like winning a Nobel Prize.
You want to send their parents back home?
Yeah.
You do.
Yep.
Well,
there you go.
well, Eric,
that answers my question.
Eric, you just made the point that they're taking the jobs. I don't believe a lot of Americans want the jobs that the immigrants do.
Oh, come on, Ange.
Oh, no, they're...
Police. You know, how many... You know what the
Please, my family owns restaurants. When's the last time I saw a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy washing dishes?
Do you know what the underemployment level in this country is?
When's the last time
an additional 15% on top of the 9% unemployment,
if you would
means
listen to...
people are taking jobs that they're highly overqualified for right now.
And a lot of union jobs,
you just listen to what Andrea said, that they're not getting them washing dishes unless you're going to do it.
Not.
I doubt that.
That's
Coming up, what do you get when several government agencies get together to save money? Whoa! Greg will tell you all about that when the 5 returns. Stay with us, and Eric will be better when we get back.
If you don't